Hey, by the way, tonight's game, New York wins that outright.
You know he's on top. Million subs, he never gonna flop. Out of Chicago, where the streets don't sleep. Betting on games, making cash real deep. Crystal ball for sports, he knows the lines. He's a sports aficionado, the money he finds. From football to basketball, he's always on point. Predicting winners never disappoints. He's got that hustle, that Chicago vibe. Making moves on the streets, cash on the side. With E, you know it's always a bet. He's the king of the game, never forget.
Hello and welcome to the Etoft21Sports show for November 4th. How is everyone doing? My name is Eric. I'm the man behind Etoft21Sports. Absolutely loaded episode for you today. My boy Reed is this week's special guest. Him and I are going to look back at week 9, share our week 8 bets, and give our thoughts on the NFL trade deadline. Before we get all that, I'd like to say thank you to the sponsor of the show, Prop Hex. Guys, if you're not using them right there, go to the App Store, download the app, use promo code ETOFT21. That way they know old Uncle Rico sent you. No video from Gino today. He's got some stuff going on. We're going to jump right into it. Very NFL-centric show. As the trade deadline was today, my Lions did not make a trade. I don't really know how I feel about that. A little disappointed, but then when I was seeing the asking prices, don't feel too bad. But we'll talk about that a little bit with Reed. Reed, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Dude, I'm tired, man. I'm ready to go to bed, dude. I'm ready to go to bed, and I am. You know what? Yesterday was a great day of college basketball, my friend. A great day of college basketball for me. And then, I don't know, man. I was stuck in traffic. I started digging into UNC Asheville.
Oh,
Found an angle. 4-point game with 6 minutes to play, and they scored 2 points the rest of the game. So, yeah, fun times.
Yeah,
fun
UNC Asheville for you.
Fun times. Dude, what's up, man? How you been, dude? Good?
Been good.
Bears. How about your Bears, dude? How you feel about your Bears, man?
Oh, I feel good. I mean, it's definitely an improvement from last year. You can definitely see that they're moving in the right direction. I mean, I checked it today. They're 6th in points scored in the league, so in points per game. So I mean, they're definitely improved on offense. And Johnson is just, you can tell, is just a special play caller. Even the games with Williams doesn't really have it, and it's kind of missing some guys or scrambling a little more than I think Johnson and the entire Bears fan base would like him to. I think they're still able to move the ball just because of the way he's got the run game going. Swift was out last game, and they put him a young guy. Swift might get Wally pipped. Kyle Monongai was just
dude. That was more the fact we're playing the effing Bengals.
I know. I'm kidding, but no, I'm feeling good about the Bears. I mean, I think the defense, if they don't get a turnover, is close to Swiss cheese. So, I'm not. I'd like to maybe sneak into the playoffs, but I'm not disillusioned. I kind of, there's a ceiling on this team just talent wise because the defense really hasn't been built great, but they're moving in the right direction. And Sunday was a fun win. Although for 5 minutes it was almost made me quit.
Oh my
the
god,
sport.
I was laughing my ass off. It was great.
Yeah.
And also I was frustrated because in my guillotine league, I needed anything from Big Rome. He got me zero
Yeah.
to be able to survive.
Brutal.
Yeah, guys, I had a personal thing come up, so hence no college show and no podcast. My apologies. I'll be back this week. I should be. Let's dive right into it. We each have a takeaway. Reed, you are the guest. I will let you go first with whatever your takeaway is, my friend.
Yeah. So my takeaway is I feel like this kind of happened last year, or at least it played out this way. And then I kind of feel like it's playing out maybe a similar way this year with the NFC North. And it feels like a strong division just because we have 4 teams that are 500 or better, 3 possibly making the playoffs. But I just really don't feel like there's a real contender out of the NFC North. Green Bay, as good as they can be, just really feel too inconsistent. That loss to Carolina was just unbelievable. That was pretty bad. Bryce Young threw for 102 yards and still was able to beat Green Bay on a last-second field goal. And then Detroit, they're 5-3. They're definitely the most impressive, I think, out of everyone. But I still just sometimes can't get there with Goff. And I think that Flores' game plan on Sunday was kind of one of those Goff games where he's getting pressured and just it's tough for them to score and move the ball. It was kind of a fluky game, but I still just feel like I don't trust anyone in the NFC North, and I think maybe the NFC favorites are maybe coming out of Philadelphia or Los Angeles after kind of watching this weekend.
The crazy thing is, and I have a stat for this a little bit later, I'll get to in one of my bets. Packers didn't punt once. They did not punt once. You missed. Yeah. So let me ask you this, dude. Do you ever, when you're Reed played college football, when you're watching a UMass game, hypothetically, I don't even know if you would, do you just sit back in your lazy boy and you're like, dude, I could still go out there and just sling?
A UMass game?
Yeah, like do you think right now you could walk on the field and play?
I could get an out route out there. Yeah, I think so.
You think the old arm still has it, dude? You think you go out there and sling?
A little. They'd have to cut the playbook down a little bit, I think. It'd maybe be more of a red zone offense.
My takeaway, I know the Colts made a big trade to shore up their defense, but here's the thing. When we look at the big three of the AFC, the big three are still the Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs. And all three of those teams lean on the tight end in their offense. And what can't the Colts cover? They can't cover the tight end at all. Let's just look at last week. Steelers, their threesome of tight ends, 10 catches, 95 yards. Titans with Helm and Chick Oduze, 6 catches for 76 yards. Those aren't world beater tight ends. You know what I mean?
No.
Gadsden from the Chargers, 7 catches for 164. McBride, 8 for 72.
Yeah.
Matter. Don't get me wrong. The Colts have been awesome this season. They were my pick at plus 420 to win the South. I'm a big fan of the Blue Horseshoe, but in the playoffs, their inability to defend the tight end, whether it's Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, or Travis Kelce, that is going to cost them the game. Now, look, we're going to talk trades in a little bit. I know they made a trade for Sauce. I know everyone is excited. Oh my God, you have Sauce Gardner. That's great, dude. You're going to be able to take away a side of the field. You're going to be able to take away a wide receiver. But the middle of the field is still a weakness with these tight ends, man. So, I mean, that is kind of my takeaway. Like, and that really stood out. Like, because literally, like, Darnell Washington was shredding this defense. Like,
yeah,
absolutely shredding.
Yeah, and he's not. I don't think he's known for his receiving skills.
Let's look at these trades. I'll just kind of say them. You tell me what you think. I'll tell you what I think. Chargers traded for Trevor Penning.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're basically just. I mean, their offensive line is decimated. All having season-ending surgery, so they had to try something. I don't love Trevor Penning. I don't think he's really going to save their season or anything. But the Chargers, it's at a point they just have to try something. So taking a shot on him. He's a former first rounder, so maybe there's something there. But yeah, I mean, that's dire times for Los Angeles.
I mean, everyone's they're just dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Now you lost Slater and Alt for season-ending injury.
Brutal, because they invested in the position and did it the right way.
This was supposed to be the strength. Obviously, you can't get the run game going. I got some stats I'll give a little bit later with Herbert against pressure. But I mean, it was a move that had to be done, and honestly, it was probably the best one they could get.
Yeah,
like let's be like no team is going to be giving away an offensive lineman at this part of the season
that they think could play at all. Especially even if they're not the starting tackle for a team.
This is
guys like
they could do.
Yeah.
Cowboys traded, I believe, a 7th for Logan Wilson.
Jerry Jones trying to shore up the defense with someone who was just benched from the Bengals defense. That's my takeaway.
And what's really funny is when you see who he was benched for. Like, these guys are awful on PFF.
Yeah, they're horrible.
When you see who he was benched for, I mean, realistically, you gave up a 7th. Wilson did have a couple 2 good years run, and with how bad the Cowboys defense is, you're giving up shit for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it works out. You have him for 2 years for $13 million, very doable contract. So I mean, I really don't mind this one. So this is the one that gets me though. The Cowboys traded a 1st round, a 2nd round, Mozzie Smith to the Jets for Quinion Williams. Now, I don't think people are realizing the Cowboys gained a first-round pick in the trade with the Packers. So that means they have 2 first-round picks. Okay? Oh, there's blue. The 2 first-round picks, they're giving their pick. So the better pick.
Yeah.
To the this is like, in my eyes, this is awful.
This
like,
made no sense to me.
Quinion Williams, like, he had a good stretch a couple years ago. Other than that, he's been shit. Now, maybe it's a thing where, why am I going to try with his organization is shit, and I'm here busting my ass, and I get it. He's double teamed every play. I get it. Maybe his voter turns down, but that's not a good habit for a player to have. And it's not like he's going to an organization with great structure around him. He's going to the fucking Dallas Cowboys, which are a constant shit show.
Yeah.
I think it's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Cowboys, the theme of the Cowboys this year is Jerry's just doing whatever the hell he wants. Really not making any sense. The timing of this is really what kind of I'm scratching my head at is it's the day after they go to 3-5-1. They trade a first, a second, and then just the player at his position currently for Quinion Williams. Why not just wait the rest of the year? You're not contending for anything this year. Why would you not just wait the year and use a first-round pick on a defensive tackle? And then you have the draft. You don't have to give up draft capital on top of it. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, I know their run defense and their defense in general has been atrocious, but this isn't fixing anything. It's just I don't get it.
Like, it literally does not make one sense to me.
Do you think that Jerry didn't have a trade in the works when he announced it, and then he needed to make something happen? I mean, it just really makes no sense.
It makes 0 sense. I mean, I think, and the funny thing was on the broadcast, Troy was like, "You better cancel that trade." Like, that was the trade. Better cancel it. Like, it's just this. How can I word this? This doesn't move the needle for me. They have way too many holes on defense. Like, did you see, like, Marvin Harris last night completely on a goal line rook just shook Bland. Like, just shook him.
Yeah, he fell over. Yeah.
And that's one of the issues. Like, how long is he signed for? He signed a big deal.
5 years, $80 million. You know, it's like
they have so many holes in that defensive end. And I know Eberflus is doing a shitty job, but it doesn't matter who your DC is. When you have those players back there that can't defend shit, you have a problem. Yeah. Browns traded Joe Tyron to the Bears for a late round draft pick of 6. Thoughts? Anything?
Kilometers Garrett, they're calling him.
So, but here's the thing: like,
he's played 30 snaps this year.
He had 15 sacks with the Bucs when he was with the Bucs. He was a former, I believe he was a first round pick. Had 15 sacks with him. Went to Cleveland. Hasn't been able to get on the field. 6 sacks. Yeah. I mean, like, look. He's played 6% of snaps. If you guys get anything from him, it's going to be great. Like, it's going to, and you guys obviously needed a pass rusher. Your defense, like, right now with how your team is, you guys just have to outscore him. If this guy comes in and can give you 2 pass rushes a game, you're fucking ecstatic. You're ecstatic. Yeah. And you're giving up basically nothing for him. So, I mean, Saints traded Shaheed to the Seahawks. This, for me, and I was talking to my boy TC about this one when I was driving back today. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, because you have Cooper Kupp, you have Horton, who looked
good
on Sunday.
He's a good deep threat.
Now you bring in Shaheed, who is going to be a field stretcher, who's a great field stretcher.
Yeah.
But you're running team first. You run the ball the majority of the time, and you throw the ball the majority of the time to JSN. Like, to me, this is one of those moves. Like, are the Seahawks really even that better right now? You know what I mean? Is this one of the like, they did nothing? This really doesn't move the needle for me. Like, I just don't understand this move at all.
Yeah, I mean, it might pay off. You know, like if they, be watching Red Zone, and it'll, in week 13, it'll be a 80-yard post to Shaheed or something in the third quarter. But yeah, that one was, I was scratching my head too, because I don't think of the Seahawks like as needing weapons. They've been doing well on offense lately, but I don't know. Maybe they're not loving Cup. I could maybe see that as a possibility. And maybe they're thinking he's kind of older and they want some insurance for him.
Or maybe the injury is a little long because he didn't play.
Yeah.
Maybe the injury is a little more something.
So I mean, maybe they know something we don't, and it's if it's the worst case, it's insurance for him if he's not healthy for the playoffs. Because if he isn't healthy, then yeah, that receiving core doesn't look as great. So it's probably just insurance, and maybe they know something we don't.
The thing that the thing that gets me is you're always looking for these angles. Okay, Tyler Slaw or Slaw, whatever his name is, he targeted the living shit out of Shaheed. I'm like, dude, this is his guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be hammering Shaheed over-eyers for the next 2 weeks to the sports books. Catch up. And then boom. Dust in the fucking wind. I can't do shit now. And it fucking sucks. Next one, let's talk about Raiders traded Jacoby Myers to the Jags for a 4th and a 6th.
Yeah, that was I guess Jacksonville needs a receiver because Hunter's injury is probably worse than it is. So I guess that's probably why they're going for Myers there. But I like it. I mean, Jacoby Myers, I don't think he made it any secret that he wanted out of the Raiders, and the Raiders probably don't need him in the near future. So I don't know, that one makes sense. And Jacksonville gets a solid slot guy to fill in for Hunter while he's out.
So the thing for me is Chris Godwin last year was having a phenomenal season in the slot in the Liam Cohen offense. Then he went down with that gruesome injury when he shouldn't have been playing. He went down with that injury.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Thomas on the outside, Hunter on the outside, Washington on the outside. You don't really have that slot. Now, Jacoby Myers is going to come in. He's going to play the Chris Godwin position. How long is it going to take for him to get the playbook down? That's my thing. If he comes in and he gets the playbook down, I think this is a great pickup. If he's very kind of limited in what he can do, it's going to struggle because the Cohen offense is the slot wide receiver and the running back. That's the whole offense. And right now they have no slot receiver. And to everybody that said I was wrong about BT Jr., it's kind of crazy right now how none of those guys are talking to me. You know what I mean? Because he has completely disappeared. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but without Mac Jones, BTJR isn't BTJR.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. Jones was the guy throwing him the ball, and it wasn't T-Law. And the quote-unquote big one, according to all the media talking heads, the Jets traded Sauce Gardner to the Colts for not one, but two first round picks.
I think that's a home run for the Jets, obviously. I mean, I think getting 2 firsts for,
they have 5 first round picks the next 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what they do with them, but I think they had to blow it up. I mean, it makes total sense. They're 1-7. So I think that makes total sense. And I know Indianapolis' secondary has not been great, but God, I get why they're doing it, but I just think they might regret it. They're going all in on Daniel Jones, and I know he's having a great year so far, but I don't know. We'll see. I think they might regret that. But
you don't like going all in on Danny Dimes, bro? Come on, man.
I don't know.
My thing is this: 2 first rounds for Sauce Gardner is absurd.
It is absurd.
Great rookie year. He struggled the second year, and that's because they don't he's very handsy when he defends. If they are calling PIs, he's dead. And his second year in the league, he led the league in PI calls. So it kind of determines how physical do they let him be. That's number one. Number two, I find it strange that their top two corners this year, Carter and Gardner, have both been traded. And Aaron Jones, who is their coach, was a corner. You know what I mean? I find that really weird or odd, maybe a coincidence. I don't know. Jets have all this talent. Are they going to have the leadership? Like, I'll tell you right now, I've said it. Aaron Glenn's the reason my Lions don't have a fucking Super Bowl. He is the reason they do not have a fucking Super Bowl. I don't think he is as good as head coach as everyone thinks he is. And Tanner Estrange, the OC, to say he's over his head is a fucking understatement. This kid has no idea what he's doing. I was a little shocked, though, that they did not trade Breece Hall, especially the last year of his contract.
Yeah.
I was a little bit – I would have took anything on him, like a fourth, anything.
Because Kansas City offered a fourth for him. I'm wondering why they didn't take that. But
they said they wanted a third. And, I mean, if Kansas City offered a fourth, I mean, gee. Could you imagine Breece Hall in that offense?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that would help. I mean, they're down to using, like, Brashard Smith right now. They're really dire at the running back position.
And the thing is will they have the right OC, not OC, but GM to map everything out? Because, dude, 5 picks. And this draft isn't going to be that good. Like, it's not projected to be that good, but the 2027 one is supposed to be pretty good. I mean, so they're definitely gonna have a chance to do some stuff if they can get the right.
I will say one thing though with the 5 picks, when you think about it though, it's like, you know, Glenn will probably make it through this year. Does he make it through next year? You know, they're going to use 2 of those draft picks and maybe fire him, and then you're using draft picks after.
I know that's
what the Chiefs. That's like the other thing you got to kind of worry
about.
And
I mean, like, as long as Lee Johnson's there, they're
it's just gonna be a mess.
I mean, they're just dick out of luck. They need new ownership. They need a new talking head. They need a new GM. But that's enough talking about the Jets, dude.
Yeah,
let's go ahead. Let's jump into our bets. But before we do that, we got to take a gander back and see how we did last week. 3-3 last week, with Jake losing the Pats -5.5, the Chiefs -0.5 for the first half, and the Ravens and Finns over 50.5. Old Uncle Rico hit the Falcons +5.5, Steelers +3.5, and Waddle over 62.5 receiving yards. For the show, we are 33-21 in our bets. So 3-3. First time we didn't have a winning week in a little bit, but you know what? We cannot complain. So let's go ahead. Let's jump right into it. We each have 3 bets. Reed, lead us off, my man.
All right. We're starting with the Patriots +2.5. They are at Tampa Bay this week. Listen, I just think they're the better team. And I know they're on the road, and Tampa Bay's coming off a bye, but anytime I think you can get the better, dare I say, quarterback and the better team with some points, I think I'll take it. So I like New England this week. Listen, I think Tampa's offense against Detroit and against New Orleans really looked off. And, you know, they're missing Mike Evans ever since, you know, he broke his collarbone. So that was Baker's go-to guy. I know they have Igbuka, but Christian Gonzalez on New England's a really good corner. I think he'll be able to kind of slow Igbuka down and the Tampa offense down in general. And then, you know, offensively for New England, Drake May's just on fire right now. I know he kind of had a down week against Atlanta, but he's really been good this year. And, you know, they're only 9th in total yards through the air. But that passing attack for New England is even more efficient than I think that says. They're 3rd in EPA per play this year. They're 2nd in success rate on dropbacks. Drake May has been playing really good football this year. And the Tampa Bay passing defense has shown some cracks in recent weeks. Philly, Seattle, and San Francisco all were able to go and find success against them, 250 yards or more through the air. And they're ranking 22nd in success rate right now. So, you know, I think the Patriots can take advantage of this. And then also, you know, you get Mike Vrabel. He's 33-25 as an underdog in his career. And, you know, the Patriots, I mean, they lost week 1 in kind of a fluky game against the Raiders, but I mean, and then they lost to the Steelers after fumbling inside the 5 3 times. But other than that, you could argue they're the hottest team in football right now. I think they're playing well, and I believe in Drake May a lot. So I got Patriots plus 2.5 this week.
Should be an interesting game. My next one, and dude, this one's gonna blow your mind. This one is gonna blow your mind, and I fucking hate myself for doing this. Denver Broncos.
Oh boy,
-9. Anyone that knows me, who's followed me for more than 5 minutes, knows I hate laying big numbers.
You do.
It makes my screens crawl, but right here, this is a trends play. You have the Raiders coming off an overtime game that literally went the whole extra period. A defense that was on the field for 77 plays. Now they got to turn around on a short week, hop on a plane, play in altitude at Denver. I mean, I have to lay the 9 here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Teams
when you put it like that.
Teams coming off an OT game. Then they play on Thursday, 6 and 25 ATS. That's just 19.3%. When they're on the road, 3 and 16 ATS. That's 15.8%. Bo Nix is the Tyrese Halliburton of the NFL, a front runner deluxe. As a favorite, he is 71.4% against the number. Teams laying 9 or more on Thursday night hit at 59.2%. Matchup-wise, Raiders secondary is allowing 71% completion percentage, 224 passing yards per game, bottom 12 in the league. PFF has them graded as the 3rd worst coverage grade and the 9th worst pass rush. They're not going to make Knicks uncomfortable. Last year versus Vegas, Knicks averaged 234.5 passing yards per game and at a 4 TD to 0 INT ratio. Raiders right now have 2 weapons. Ashton Gentry, Broncos are 3rd DVOA versus the run, and they have Brock Bowers. Denver is 7th DVOA in the passing game against tight ends, allowing just 53.5 yards per game to the position. So between the trends, the situation, the matchup, everything is telling me I got to lay the 9 here. And believe me, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it, but we play the edges, not our feelings. Give me the Denver Broncos -9. It's disgusting. I hate myself.
Yeah,
I hate myself. Next one, my man.
All right. Baltimore -4.5. This one, when I initially looked at the line, it kind of screamed Minnesota. And then the more I thought about it, the more I digested, I think Baltimore is going to go in there and win by a touchdown or 2. They're coming off a mini bye week after having that Thursday night game against the Dolphins. They kind of cruised to victory. And yeah, I mean, the square trend here is that Lamar Jackson's 24-3 against the NFC straight up. I know he lost in his last game against the Lions, but I think Minnesota was able to cause a lot of problems for Goff last week with the blitz and getting to him that way. But I don't think that's the recipe for Lamar Jackson. And that's what Flores loves to do on Minnesota. Lamar Jackson is a career 124 passer rating against the blitz.
Yeah.
And through 5 games this year, he is the highest passer rating ever by a quarterback through 5 games at 136.7. So, I think Lamar is going to be able to find some success against this Minnesota defense. And Baltimore also, I just think they're a desperate team right now. They know they need to win. So yeah, I think, and then also kind of on the other side of things, I think this Ravens defense can, hold the Minnesota in check a little bit. Like, I know the Ravens defense really started off the year poorly, but they started off 2024 poorly as well, and then ended up kind of figuring things out a little bit toward the end. In their last 3 games, they've only let up 17, 16, and 6 points to the Rams, Bears, and Dolphins, which isn't murderer's row, but I mean, those aren't cupcakes either. And so, there's nothing really to suggest that I think Minnesota is going to just light up Baltimore's defense. I think there's more evidence that Minnesota is kind of a middling offense than an electric one. And, JJ McCarthy he had some nice plays against Detroit, but I'm still not 100% of the way there. And he only had 142 yards. I think he had 100 at halftime. So the second half he kind of was limited, to say the least. So I think Baltimore can go in, a desperate team, get up. I think they can score 24, 27 points, and I just don't think Minnesota's going to have the firepower to match it. And that's another thing. Baltimore, their run defense is really what has gotten them into trouble this year. And Minnesota doesn't even attempt to run the ball. They're 29th in attempts this year. That's kind of Kevin O'Connell's thing. So we'll see. I just don't see McCarthy keeping it close against Jackson at this point in his career. So I got Baltimore.
I think the big thing you said is just the NFC just struggles against Lamar. I mean, that's the big trend. I mean, they just really struggle. And I really think what the Vikings were able to do was more of the Lions' issues than the Vikings offense. A lot of missed tackles, a lot of third and long situations. It would just be a screen pass to the wide receiver, dump pass to the running back, and they're able to get first down. So yeah, I'm not really concerned with Minnesota here. I like that look. My next one, utterly disgusting.
Yeah.
Back to my roots. Give me the Saints here +6. Dude, what are we doing here? The Panthers are coming off their biggest win since what? 2016 when Cam Newton won the NFC Championship game? Like, seriously, you know what I mean? When was the last time the Panthers won a big game? This was literally their biggest game since that they won.
Yeah.
And I need to fade them in the spot. Teams coming off a win that they were an underdog and they're back as a home dog, cover at just 47% of the time. This is also Bryce Young's second career start as a favorite. We do not trust him when he's a favorite. And this is why. Like, he's never been in this position before. Divisional teams with a 200 winning percentage or worse that are road dogs cover at 51.4% of the time over the last 20 years with a 5.3% ROI. When we look at that win over Green Bay, Carolina won 16-13. They didn't force a single punt. You know what I mean? Like, that tells me that's not them winning the game. That's more the Packers just tripping over themselves for 4 quarters. Analytics, when we look at PFF, Panthers are the 10th worst team in the league. Saints are the 4th. There's not that big of a difference between them per PFF. Teams coming off a 21-plus point loss come back at overall that are underdogs, 54% against the number. When they're road dogs, bumps up a little bit to 55%. I look at it like this. I do not trust Bryce Young to win by a touchdown or more. Not with this offense. Say what you want about Brandon Staley as a head coach. Guy's a pretty solid DC. I think he's going to be able to take away the run game. And let's be honest, that's all that Carolina has. So if you're able to take away Rigo Dowdle, this offense is going to struggle. To me, this number is inflated because the Packers win. I'm going to fade this. And you can tell I talk all about it all the time. Buying low, selling high. People are saying the Panthers are a dark horse to get in the wild card, to even make a run at the Bucs. They can only do one thing. They can only run the ball. That's it.
Yeah.
I think Daly's going to be able to take the run away. You mentioned the numbers. Bryce Young barely threw for over 100 yards. They got the win. I'm just not a believer.
He crossed 100 on the final drive.
Yeah, give me the same.
To get into field goal range, did you see the play they ran? They didn't run like a dig or a post or a corner route to get the 15 yards. They had Bryce Young fake set the protection so that they could then run a zone with inside zone with Dowdle to get 15 yards.
Dude, he's their only offense. Literally, he is it, dude. He is it. Next bet, my friend, you are going out west.
Yeah, we are going out west. All right, talked about selling high, maybe not buying low because Arizona did have a nice win last night, but I think Arizona +6.5 this year. First of all, they've been in every game they've played this year. I know that, not maybe to say that they're a great team, but the Cardinals have competed in every game. They've played the Colts close on the road. They've played the Packers close. And they've performed well this year, honestly. And I think they are a better team, no doubt, with Jacoby Brissett under center than Kyler Murray. He clearly runs the offense better. And if you caught on the broadcast last night, I don't think this was said by accident, but Troy Aikman kind of mentioned that Drew Petzing feels comfortable with Brissett at quarterback because he likes that he can go under center, which Kyler Murray can't. So, I think you can see it's opening up some things in their offense. Trey McBride, he's having a lot of success now too, but so is Marvin Harrison Jr. He had a career high in catches last night, and he only had 7. So I think that offense is going to be improved with Brissett running it over Murray, just because of the way Petzing, shout out Middlebury alum, runs their offense. So I think that's one part of it. They haven't lost a game outside of a touchdown this year, and they're getting 6.5. So I kind of like that. And they've already played Seattle this year. There's familiarity, hoping they can keep it close. Gannon also 19-11 as an underdog in his career. And then kind of going on the other side, Darnold is at 47% against the spread in his career as a favorite. Also, a little weird thing, just a trend. Maybe it won't continue, but Seattle has been worse at home this year than on the road. They've covered every game on the road this year. They're only 2-2 against the spread at home. So maybe there's a little something going on there. And then lastly, I just think Seattle's a little overpriced right now. I know they just killed Washington, but I think Washington, they are so overvalued. I think that win is not as impressive as it looks like. Washington's defense is horrible. They've invested in way too many old, aging players that I think Darnold was able to take advantage of them, and credit to him and Jackson Smith, Njigba. But I just don't. I think they're priced too high. This number should probably be closer to 4.5, 5. So I think take Arizona here. I think they could keep it close. Brissett will be able to move the ball enough that they stay within the number.
That game last time came down to a field goal down in Arizona.
Yeah, 23-20.
And you're right, Brissett can do a little bit more with the ball. The thing is, it's really interesting to see like what they're going to do, because they're tied to him for the next 2 years. Are you going to find that team that will take a chance on a Kyler Murray? I don't know.
And I got to add, I was not going to take Cardinals plus 6.5 until they announced Brissett was starting today. Like, I did not want this with Murray, because Murray on the road coming off that injury. I think they announced he's out like 4 weeks to 8 weeks now. If that's maybe it's just a soft benching, but we'll see.
But I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, they can't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like
they're stuck.
They're tied with it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I'm reading these mock drafts. Like, oh, the Cardinals are going to take a quarterback. Why? This quarterback class sucks. Like, literally, this quarterback class is brutal. You're telling me that the Cardinals would be better off taking, like, the read I read this morning was Dante Moore?
No. Fernando Mendoza.
Cardinals. Like, this is the funny thing about these NFL mock drafts. Anyone that has Dante Moore anywhere in the first round is a fucking moron. Like, literally a fucking moron. But I'm not gonna go on that tangent. My last one, look, going back to my roots, give it to me. Give me the Steelers here. +3. You know what we're doing. We're taking Tomlin as an underdog, one of the most profitable long-term spots in the NFL. 65% ATS as a dog, 60.9 as a road dog, 62.5% as a prime time dog. He just covers in these 60 ration. You can blindly bet these spots long-term. You're a winner. But I also think you have to come down to the trenches. Steelers blitz at the 3rd highest rate in the league. Chargers per PFF at the 3rd worst pass blocking grade. And they're just literally pulling off guys off the street. They literally just made a trade for Pining from the Saints, who was brutal, who has done nothing. Slater gone for the year, Alt gone for the year. They picked up another guy who came in playing great. He got hurt too. Literally, they have nobody on the offensive line. And Herbert has done a good job avoiding mistakes so far under pressure, just one turnover-worthy throw. But can he sustain that? He has a 52.7 completion percentage under pressure. Not good. I really think he's due for some turnovers. I think he's going to struggle here. Defensively, I liked what I saw from Pittsburgh last week. Ramsey moved to safety, more zone, less man, and that matters. And that matters. It gives them something to look a different look. Chargers play zone 80% of the time. Rodgers has handled it well this year, 74% completion percentage, positive EPA, comfortable against these looks. Tomlin as a dog is basically an auto bet territory for me.
Yeah.
Combine that with the Chargers injury situation. We're fading LA. Give me the Steelers plus 3.5. And let's be honest, that game is going to be a home game for Pittsburgh.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
and I bet that's priced into the line too a little bit, that it's only 3.
Reed, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your schedule, coming on, talking a little shop. I had a little Safu today. You stepped up and came in last minute. Really appreciate you. And no pressure, dude. You were 3-0. You're a casual 3-0.
I was. So we'll see if we can repeat that.
So cool, Kev. Appreciate you checking in, my man. So make sure to give that guy a follow at rbianucci12. He posts I
tweeted yesterday.
Once every 3 months, he'll
tweeted yesterday.
He'll throw something out there, dude. It's always something good. It's always something good. But give that guy a follow. I'm sure he'll be back on soon. We'll be back next week. Good luck in all your bets. I promise. The college football show will be live. I'll try to do a podcast. Just a lot of shit going on in my life, but we will get there. Reed, appreciate you, man. Best of luck in your bets, dude. We'll talk soon, man.
Thank you.